Hi, this is Enrique. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I wanted to share something personal, something that hit me harder than I expected. This video today, it isn't about the economy. It isn't about real estate. It isn't about metals. This video today, it's about people. And honestly, this video today, it's about life. So the other day, my sister, she called me from work and she told me that someone came in asking for me. At first, I thought maybe it was a client who couldn't find my office or someone who needed tax help. But she gave me the name, and at that moment, I froze. I said, wow, this is a childhood friend, someone that I haven't seen in over 15 years. And this wasn't just any friend. This guy, he was one of the smartest people that I knew. Growing up, he was creative. He was full of energy, full of ideas. Back in the late 90s and early 2000s, he was obsessed with video production. He was filming skits, editing little movies way before YouTube was even a thing. And I always thought he'd go far. He had that spark. But when my sister described him, she said he looked worn out. He looked aged. He looked tired. He's not the same person that I remembered. And she did show me security footage of him walking into the office. And I said, wow, he really, really looks different. And when I started asking around, I heard the same story that he'd been struggling. He had an addiction. Whether it be from drugs or from alcohol, it had taken over his life. And listen, I don't know all the details, but I know enough to understand that when someone is reaching out because they're hurting, especially around the holidays, there are people out there who don't ask for help directly. They just show up. They just want to reconnect with someone who remembers who they used to be. And this time of year, it brings everything to the surface. The loneliness, the regrets, the feeling that life has just slipped out of your hands. And that's when it hit me. How many people right now are going through the exact same thing? How many people are barely holding on? Not asking for money, not asking for favors. They just want to be heard, just wanting to feel human again. And sometimes the most valuable thing that you can give someone isn't money. It's time. It's your attention. It's listening to them. And this situation made me think about life in a bigger way. How fast everything can change. How someone with endless potential can lose themselves slowly over the years. And how important it is to protect your mental and your physical well-being before everything collapses. Because once those foundations crack, everything else goes with it out the door. Your career, your finances, your relationships, your future. We talk a lot on this channel about preparing for the economy, saving money, investing, protecting your assets, making smart financial decisions. But here's something people don't talk about enough. You cannot prepare financially if you are broken mentally or physically. You cannot build wealth if you are drowning emotionally. You cannot make good decisions if your mind is clouded by substances. And you cannot plan your future if you don't believe that you have one. Your health is your first investment. Your mind is your first asset. This is why staying away from drugs and alcohol matter more than people think. It's not just about avoiding addictions. It's about positioning yourself to make clear, strong decisions when life tests you. Look, nobody wakes up one day and says, I'm going to throw my life away. It happens slowly. One bad decision, one wrong crowd, one moment of weakness, one situation where you think it's just for fun, and then you cannot stop. And over the years, It chips away at your potential, your motivation, your routines, and your identity. Suddenly, the guy who once had these really big dreams is just struggling to stay afloat. And that's what hit me the hardest about my childhood friend. 15 years ago, he was still full of ideas. Now, he's trying to find someone who remembers that version of him. Your life is a collection of choices, and some choices, they take you up. Some choices, they take you down. And some take you so far off course that you don't even recognize yourself when you look in the mirror. And that's why discipline matters, and that's why your environment matters. That's why who you spend time with matters. Preparation, it's not just financial. Preparation is also personal. And when you stay away from drugs, when you avoid alcohol dependency, and when you keep your body healthy, that's when you are protecting your mental space. You give yourself a fighting chance. As we go into the holidays, if you have someone in your life who's trying to reach out, even if it's just a call, even if it's just 5 minutes, even if you're not sure what to say, because sometimes one conversation can pull someone off the edge. Sometimes it's hearing, hey man, I remember who you used to be, is enough to give someone hope again. That's why people do need that. People need that, especially right now. I wish I would have gotten his contact information. They didn't want to give him my phone number. If he goes back again, I would definitely like to be in contact with him. And if he reached out to me after these 15 years, there is a reason why he's reaching out to me after these 15 years. So if you're watching this, take care of yourself. Choose your path wisely. Focus on your health, your mind, and your habits, because that is the real start of financial freedom. And if you know someone who's struggling, don't turn your back on them. A little time could change the entire trajectory of their life. I appreciate all of you watching my channel. I've been really busy lately, just trying to catch up on everything I have going on towards the end of the year. Usually when you have accountants at the end of the year busy, it's because they're preparing for next year. In my particular case, I'm already starting to prep my appointment schedule for next year, for next tax season, and also catching up on some continuing education, because as all of you may know, us accountants, we need to be doing certain amounts of continuing education per year. So that's what I've been focusing on, making sure I have everything up to date and just getting ready for the next year. It's going to be a very interesting 2026. I think we have a lot of systemic issues in this government, and I really do hope that going forward, little by little, we make progress in making this country better. So I'm going to continue to provide you guys good content. Please continue to watch all my videos. And if you haven't had a chance to, subscribe to my channel. It's free, doesn't cost a thing. And I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.